Guys, what's going on? Nick Wood here. Let's talk about plumbing. I just really had a plumber over at my house. Sorry, I'm spitting all over. I had a plumber at my house here in West Africa. Our drain wasn't working. And I was like, we need to talk about plumbing because I saw a question earlier this week. Is plumbing a good niche? First and foremost, as I always like to say when we're talking about niches, the rank and rent model will work for any niche. Let me repeat that. The rank and rent model will work for any niche. The question is, how well will it work? Will it be worth the squeeze? Okay? I've tried this in many, many niches, from artificial grass to assisted living to golf lessons to cactus removal to plumbing to HVAC to solar. Solar. What are some of the other ones I've done? Stucco, obviously concrete, tree service, etc. And so when we're looking at a niche, the question is, it's not does it work, because it'll work. It's how well will it work. And so the question is it a good niche? We're going to define a good niche as a niche that's worth pursuing, a niche that's worth spending time, because there's an opportunity cost. If you decide to go into plumbing, that means you're deciding not to go into a different niche because of time and resources, right? So I'm going to just tell you right now, flat out, I have tested this niche, and in general, just if I was just going to give you my 2 cents, quick 2-second answer, is it a good niche? The answer is no. Okay. And this is not from, guesswork, theory, whatever. This is from actual experience. We have done plumbing niches. It was one of the first niches that came to mind because it's a home service and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, when your toilet's clogged, etc. I don't like it. Okay, I think there's a couple of reasons why it didn't work well for me, and I don't think it's a good niche in general. Number one reason is because, for whatever reason, it is a very competitive niche. Like, it is a niche that is very competitive, and I think one of the reasons it's very competitive is because it's very branded. If you've noticed, or if I asked you, hey, who's a plumber in your town? Somebody will come to mind. Somebody will come to mind, someone with an annoying logo or an annoying slogan or a billboard. You'll think of somebody. I can think of somebody right now, right, in my local town. But if I asked you the same question and said, hey, who's the local concrete guy? Who's the best concrete guy? You probably don't know. So it's, for some reason, plumbers are branding. They do a pretty good job of branding. And so for that reason, it becomes a little bit more difficult, but it's competitive, man. It's very, compared to other niches, it is very difficult to rank a plumbing site. The cost per click seems to be very high, relatively speaking. And here's the kicker. The job sizes are not great. To go out and do a service call to fix a toilet or to look at this or look at a pipe, the jobs aren't that great. It's not concrete where you're making $2,000, you're making $3,000, $10,000. It's not like that, right? Now, so number one, I don't like plumbing. You're not going to catch me in the niche. I've tried it. The contract or whatever ended. Couldn't find anyone right away. We ended it, and I don't have the site. I'm out. So I don't do it. Now, there is a catch. There's a caveat to what I'm saying. Just like roofing, just like some of these other bigger niches, if you sub-niche inside of the plumbing niche, there are some really nice angles that you can take. Number one, this is one that I've seen people do really well with some of my students, some of my friends, is within plumbing, there's septic services, right? And that is very niche, right? That is something that is very, very, very specific. And it's actually a fairly high ticket job. So I've seen people have tremendous success within the septic services, which is a sub niche of plumbing. So I want to make sure to create that caveat, because as a whole, I don't like plumbing, but within it, sub niches are good, just like roofing, right? I hate roofing. I'm not doing roofing and roof replacements, but if you have a specific aluminum roofs or tile roofs or roof repair, and you create an entire website based around that sub niche, it works like magic. So guys, plumbing for me is a no. Plumbing for me, again, I'm just some guy that has made millions of dollars doing this and has literally lost, at this point, close to probably $1 million on bad niches. Probably not that much, but a couple $100,000 on bad niches, wrong city, wrong niche, because that was the education that it took to get to where I'm at today. Excuse me. I don't like plumbing. If I were you and you're starting fresh or you've been around a while, there's other niches that yield a better return for less work, for less competition. It just doesn't make sense. Now, if you're somebody that is a plumber and it is your business, by all means, use this model. Go build rank and rent websites. My advice, don't go build a plumbing LasVegas.com because the city's bad and the niche is bad. But go and build a septic services and find the right city. Maybe it's Henderson, maybe it's Summerlin, maybe it's not that competitive. I haven't ever checked. I personally have not been in septic services myself, but many of my students are crushing it. So guys, plumbing's a no-go, septic services, niche down, sub-niche, and you're gonna find some gold there. Again, this is Nick Wood, the king of digital real estate, coming at you live from West Africa. I'm out.